Located in slightly eastern Pennsylvania, Centralia was once a booming coal miner town. In 1962, a coal seam fire occurred, devastating the town's environment. The fire was caused when the Centralia town landfill was set on fire by firefighters. This fire was not fully extinguished and seeped down into the mines, spreading the fire onto the coal seam. Its population has gone from 1,435 in the 1960 census to only 10 as of 2014. All real estate in Centralia was claimed under eminent domain in 1992. As a result of the coal seam fire, smoke dissipating from the fire created holes in the surface for smoke to escape, as seen on the highway. However, the fire is just now starting to die down. Surprisingly, there is still a substantial amount of heat coming out of the various holes that the fire created. Some of the main points of Centralia are the municipal building, church, cemetery, and the graffiti highway. Regarding the highway, as you can see here, it is cracked in various areas, which is a result of the massive amount of heat below it. You may also notice that the highway has been graffitied and dilapidated ever since the fire. There are also numerous amounts of litter surrounding the perimeter of the highway on all sides. Even the guardrails and trees have numerous spray-painted graffiti on them. On the specific day that I went to Centralia, there were numerous people exploring and adding to the graffiti, a lot more than you would expect for a ghost town. It appears that nature has taken over many of the battered and vandalized once homes to many. I was surprised to see that the roadways surrounding Centralia are well maintained, more so than major cities such as Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. The municipal building of Centralia is fully functional and prepared to serve the 10 inhabitants of the town. If you are a fan of the Silent Hill video game or movie series, you will instantly recognize the church building of Centralia, which is still in operation. The cemetery of Centralia is eerie to say the least, but very interesting to see everyone who is elected to be buried here. Let's see what other people have to say about their trip to Centralia.
My expectations for Centralia were that it was a lot more of an exciting place than it turned out to be. I thought it was going to be something with lots to do and lots to explore. It turned out there was really nothing because the majority of the buildings there had been claimed by eminent domain in 1992. Therefore, there was really nothing there except roads. And that was the main part of it. There was a road with spray paint all over it. So yeah, I think it was definitely more hyped up than it needed to be.
I expected it to be this like big city, but in reality it was mostly just like a four-way and then just split into like a couple little streets. There wasn't really many houses though.
What I liked least about Centralia was the drive was very long from my location to get there, which for other people that might not be a problem. But for me it was, and also the lack that there was to see.
Um, I thought it'd be a lot bigger, so probably the size of Centralia.
What I most liked about Centralia was the apocalyptic feeling to it, the atmosphere, and just seeing how civilization had deteriorated. That's not something that you see a lot in America. There aren't a lot of ghost towns, at least on the eastern coast. There aren't that many ghost towns. And it was just really interesting to see what happens to a town when a disaster happens.
The thing I liked most about Centralia was probably like the eeriness of it. There was a lot of people there that are exploring it, but it just had an eerie feel to it since it was abandoned.
I definitely think it's a worthwhile trip. People should be exposed to that kind of thing. It opens up your perspective in life. And it's also just a really cool thing to see if you enjoy the Silent Hill movie series.
Um, yeah, it's probably a worthwhile trip. It's nice to see. I wouldn't go again, but it was definitely worth a visit.
I found out about Centralia through the internet, and I think that's how most people that were there found out about it. There's a lot of tourists there, and I think that's the exact same way they found out about it.
My friends originally found it on the internet, and then we've been meaning to go for about a year, but we just never got around to it, so we finally decided why not.
In conclusion, Centralia is an interesting town to say the least. It has inspired many movies and video games such as the Silent Hill series, Centralia Mine Fire, Made in the USA, The Town That Was, City on Fire, and many more. Visiting Centralia is an interesting day trip, especially if you enjoy places that are abandoned but don't mind the drive.